So I've been on a book buying ban for the past couple of months, and because of that my physical TBR has actually shrinked just quite a bit. I have about like 25, 30 if you're including my classics on my physical TBR, which personally for me I think is pretty good. Last time it was about like 50 books, and I will say I have bought a few books the past couple months, but it's really not been bad. So I thought I would do an updated TBR video to show you guys which books I still have not read, and if there are any of these books that are really good that I should maybe pick up before any of the other ones, please tell me in the comments. Let's go through my physical TBR and see what books that I have not gotten around to read yet. So I divided everything up in different genres. So I think we're starting with fantasy. I also think that's a genre that I have the most books in that I have not read, or it might be romance actually. I'm not sure. The first book on my physical TBR is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I honestly completely forgot that I had this on my shelves. I bought this quite a while ago now. I'm not sure what this is about. I know it's a fantasy with like a love triangle, and that's about all I know. I think it's a duology, I'm pretty sure. The reason I've not gotten around to read this yet is honestly just because I was in the middle of too many series and I wanted to finish some of them. But this could potentially be one of my next reads, I don't know. Next up we have another duology. This one is super popular, and it is the Six of Crows duology. Originally I read the Shadow and Bone trilogy so I could read these ones because most people say that it's a good idea to start with the Shadow and Bone trilogy, but honestly I ended up really enjoying that trilogy. Overall it's like a 4 or 5 star series to me. I really like those books and the characters and everything, so I'm so excited to start these two. I don't know why I have not started them yet. I just think I'm a little scared. First of all, there's not much space between the lines, which I hate reading in books like that. And second of all, I'm just so scared these books aren't gonna like live up to the hype because everyone just loves them so much. The Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. So excited to start this series, honestly. I just need to be brave enough to start it. Next up is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. This is the last book in the ACOTAR series so far, and honestly ACOTAR was a series I just never thought I would end up finishing or end up reading, honestly, but now I'm on the last book. That's crazy. This is definitely gonna be one of my next reads. I'm so excited to finish the series. It's just this book is really thick. That's why I have not started it yet, but I won't say I'm the biggest fan of the ACOTAR series. It's like an overall 4-star series. It's okay, but it's not like the best thing I've ever read in my entire life. There's a little bit too much romance for my liking. I really enjoyed A Court of Wings and Ruin because it was a little more politics heavy, which I really liked. So I'm excited to see what this has in stocks for me. I'm pretty sure it's pretty heavy on the romance and the spice, but I'm also excited to see like Nesta as a character and everything because this one follows Nesta where the other books follow Feyre, so that's really exciting. When I finish the ACOTAR series, I'm planning on starting Throne of Glass, which I'm super excited for because I've heard that Throne of Glass is a little more politics heavy than ACOTAR is, so that's really exciting. I cannot wait to like finish the series and just, you know everything about ACOTAR that's out so far. Next up, we have The Prisoner's Throne by my queen, Holly Black. This is the second book in the Stolen Heir duology. This is a spin-off series to The Cruel Prince, and I will say I did not really enjoy the first book. Like, it was a solid 3-star, but not the best book ever. But I'm really excited to see this one because in this one, Juden Carden is supposed to be in it quite a bit, so I'm so excited to just read about my favorite characters again. This is also going to be one of my next reads, most definitely. I'm so excited to like read about Juden Carden again because I love them so much. They're like my favorite characters, and Holly Black is currently writing her next book in the Elfham universe, and I just love the Elfham universe. So she says that it's pretty clear at the end of this book what the next book is going to be about, so I can't wait to figure it out. It's really hot in here. Next up, I actually have a whole series that I have not started yet, and that is A Deadly Education trilogy, or I'm pretty sure it's called like the Schoolomance series or something like that. But I have all 3 books and I have not read the first one yet. I just feel like I always forget these on my shelves. Like, I never think about them, never look at them. These books are so pretty, like the covers. Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely obsessed. I don't remember much what these are about. I'm pretty sure it's like some people at a school where there's like monsters and such. But yeah, there's like no teachers and everything. You graduate or you die, it says. Okay, can you tell? Like, I have no idea what this is about, honestly. But I see that both Holly Black and Stephanie Garber has like a comment on the back. Maybe I should give it a try then. Holly Black and Stephanie Garber, they are my queens. I think these next two books are like fantasy dystopian, kind of. The next book that I have not read yet is The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. If you remember OG Book Talk, yeah, this is an absolute OG book. Takes me like 4 years back in time. A lot of people say that Powerless actually is a lot like this one, just because in this one people are divided by blood. So either you have red blood or you have silver blood, and basically like either you're an elite or you're an ordinary person. I also think this is an overthrowing the government fantasy, which are just my favorites. The Cruel Prince is also overthrowing the government, so what can I say? I might do a video where like read the books that I've been putting off for a long time, because like I have some of those books that's just been standing here for like 2 years that I don't even think about reading. So the last book in the fantasy department is The Selection by Kira Cass. I also think this is like dystopian thingy. This is also on my radar at the moment. It's a very short, cute YA fantasy dystopian kind of thing. I bought this so long ago, I don't really remember what it's about, honestly. So let's continue to the next genre, which is going to be the romance genre. That's definitely also the other genre that I have a lot of books in that I have not read yet. I have one dark romance book, and that is Wretched by Emily McIntyre. This is the third book in the Never After series. I've read the first two. To be completely honest with you, I did not like Hooked. I've talked about it a few times on my channel, and I did not like it. But then I read Scarred, and honestly, I'm reading it right now and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's really, really good. I really like the characters. I feel like they have such a good chemistry. I'm excited to see what this book has in store for me, if this is gonna be a smash or a pass. These are in general pretty easy to get through. The text is quite large. It's not that hard to wrap like your head around. The plot is not like too like difficult to understand. So yeah, I think these are really good books for beginners that are trying to get into dark romance. Personally, I'm a beginner, and I just feel like they're a really good introduction into the genre. So I have a few series that I've not finished. The first one is the Twisted series. I have both Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies left. Again, honestly, the Twisted series I'm kind of split between. Twisted Love, I actually really enjoyed that book, even though so many people are hating on it, but personally I enjoyed it. I do think it was a little long at the end, but Twisted Games, I feel like it's a little overrated. When I think back on it, I found it boring, and I wasn't very into it. I am really excited to start Twisted Hate though, because this is like a friend's brother trope. I love when it has something to do with like best friend's brother or brother's best friend or whatever, like something with brothers. I don't know what it is about it, I just love it. So I'm so excited. Also, it's like an enemies to lovers best friend's brother. Like, I mean, what else can you ask for? So I'm really excited to start this one. It's a 500-page romance book. I'm not really the biggest fan of long romance books. I don't think a romance book need to be much more than 350 pages. If it's longer than that, it just starts to get like too long unless the book has something else to say other than just like the romance part, which the Twisted series doesn't really do that. So I'm a little nervous to start it, but I'm also excited because it does sound good. And then I have the first two books in the Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. I have the fine print and the final offer. Wait, this is not the second book? I have the first and the third book for some reason. I have been contemplating starting the fine print like several times the past couple months, but there's just always been other books that I've been wanting to read more, so that's just why I haven't picked these up, and I've just not been in a romance mode like the past year almost. But I feel like I find myself getting into the romance genre a little bit more at the moment, so maybe I'll pick this up soon. I don't know. There are obviously billionaire romances, which you can never go wrong with a billionaire romance. It's gonna be my first Lauren Asher book ever, so that's also really exciting. Next up, we have one of my most anticipated reads, you guys. I'm so excited to start this. This is definitely going to be either my next read or the read after that, because I cannot wait any longer to read this. And that is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I feel like I've also been talking about this for the past couple of videos, but I'm just so excited to start it. Gossip Girl in London, toxic romance What more can you ask for? I don't know. Like, I'm the biggest Gossip Girl fan you'll find out there. I'm the biggest Blair girly. I love her so much. The series is amazing. So I'm so excited to read this book. See if it's for me. I really hope that it is because it just sounds so good. I'm pretty sure the Magnolia Parks books follows Magnolia and BJ. We're kind of trying to like sleep with other people to make each other jealous or something. It gives me Blair and Chuck vibes. So next I have The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Again, another just OG book talk book. And I tried picking this up once and I did not understand a single thing happening on the first few pages. I put it down and I've never picked it up again. And will I pick it up again? Maybe. Is it gonna be soon? No. I think it's inspired by like the Greek gods or something. People say that they cry at the end and that it's such a sad ending, and I love sad books, so I don't know, I'm just yapping right now. I have no idea when I'm gonna be reading this book. The next book I have on my physical TBR is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle 7. I'm pretty sure this is actually like literary fiction romance kind of. It also says on the back that it's not a romance, but it is about love, and I also think it tackles other things than just romance, so I think it goes under literary fiction. I'm not 100% sure, don't come for me, but I'm honestly really excited to start this book. Also the cover, like the cover is just so pretty. I think it's about people who knew each other when they were children. I'm pretty sure they knew each other like when they were younger, and then like they cut contact, and then when they get older they like meet again, and then they have to work at like a computer game together or something. I am not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of that. I also bought this book quite a while ago, but I've just been really scared to start it. I don't know why, because I think it's because it's kind of a literary fiction book, and that just scares me. There's a lot of like just text on the pages, and it is like 500 pages, which also kind of scares me. So, but I do really want to read this one. I'm so excited to like see what it's about and everything. I've heard that it's such a good book, so I'm so excited to pick it up. Next up, I have You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is also my only and first Emily Henry book on my physical TBR. I have also been contemplating reading this because, you know, it's about to be summertime, and what a better time to like read this book. I've also really been wanting to read some of Emily Henry's books because she's just such a popular author, and I feel like she was both popular like in the beginning of book talk, and she's still popular now. It's like she's just always been there. So I feel like it's a crime that I still have not read a single Emily Henry book. This one is about two friends who used to go on a vacation with each other every year, and then something happened, so they stopped going on vacations together, and then for some reason they decided to go on one last vacation together. It's a past present timeline, so we kind of get like how they were together before and how they are now. And yeah, honestly, I am really excited to start this one. I don't think it's gonna be long before I actually read it, even though it's been standing on my shelves for such a long time, but I just feel like this is a staple. People need to have read an Emily Henry book, and it's honestly a crime that I haven't. So next up, I have a very sad romance book, I've heard at least, and that is A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. And I bought this right after I had read If He Had Been With Me, because it was like, I need to read more sad books, because like I was just depressed. I was like sad for a week or two after reading that book, so I was like, I need to read more, and I'm not honestly sure what it's about. I just bought it because people said they cried at the end, and I've never thought about it since. It says on the front, what if your love story had ended before it had really begun? And that's the thing that just breaks my heart. If I know some people are like meant to be, or like they're soulmates, and they just never get the chance, like it honestly breaks my heart for them. That's also why like If He Had Been With Me broke my heart so much, because their love story didn't even begin before it ended, and they were soulmates. They were like made for each other. If it's like kind of the same thing that happens here, I'm literally gonna throw myself off a cliff. My last romance book is from the Off Campus series by Elle Kennedy. I'm pretty sure this is called The Mistake. The second book, this is a Danish copy, so that's like why I'm a little confused. These are the old covers. I have the first two books in this cover, and I'm so mad that they decided to change the covers, because now the books are a different size and have another cover. So like I just feel like that's illegal. I did actually quite enjoy the first book in this series, so I don't know why I just have not picked this one up yet. Also it's a Danish copy, so it should be pretty easy for me to read because it's obviously my first language. I'm also not sure what this one is about. I bought it because I really enjoyed the first book. that was it for the romance genre. So now I just have a single like mystery book, I think it is, and that is Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, the second book in a Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I read the first book like a few years back. It was my favorite. It wasn't bad. It was a fine read. I bought the second one because I suddenly got the urge to read it and I just never did, and I just have not picked it up. This genre is just not my favorite. I've never read a book in this genre where I was like, oh my god, I love that, I just have to continue. Like, I just don't think this is either my favorite genre or I have not read any good books. So if you have any good like mystery or thriller books, please tell me, because I always end up slumping out when I've read like a mystery or thriller book. I don't know why. Then I have a stack of classics, and I'm just gonna go through these pretty quick, not really gonna talk about them, because I was in like a time period where I was like, oh, classics are so like, oh my god, and I've just never read one. Oh no, that's actually a lie. I've read To Kill a Mockingbird. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna read them, at least not right now. I might do when we like hit the fall time and it's like classic season again, but definitely not like the next couple months. I have 3 Jane Austen books. I have, first of all, Pride and Prejudice, of course. Then I have Persuasion, and lastly I have Emma. Those are my Jane Austen books. I'm really excited to like read a Jane Austen book because I feel like she's so popular and people really like her. So I'm really excited to see what she's writing about. I'm pretty sure she writes about like women and their place in society and such. So I'm really excited to like see what she has to say about that. Then I have 3 Shakespeare books. I have the Romeo and Juliet, Julius Caesar, and lastly Macbeth. Or these are actually obviously not books, but they're actually plays. I'm just excited to know some Shakespeare because I feel like a lot of countries read Shakespeare and I've never read it in my school, so I just feel like it's something that you have to know something about. Lastly, I have a few dark academia books, which is a genre that I really enjoy. The first one is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, and so far from the books that I've read by her, I really like her. This is a book with dark magic and ghosts, I'm pretty sure, and it happens at Yale at like a secret society, which sounds so interesting. And honestly, I'm just really excited to read it. I love Yale. That's like my dream school, even though I'm not even gonna apply there because I know I wouldn't get in. So, secret societies at Yale, Leigh Bardugo, give it to me. I'm so excited to read this one. Then I have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This was super popular, like also like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, around that time. I did actually start this book and I hit like 100 pages and then I didn't continue. I actually don't know why. I just think it was because I was in such a huge slump, and this is like a 600-page dark academia book, so I just felt like I wasn't in the mood to read it. But when we get back into the fall time, I'm definitely gonna go back to this and read it because I was really enjoying myself and I thought it was really interesting. It's about this man who gets into like this college and then somehow gets accepted into this like really elite program. I'm not like thereby elite, but it's a very close program with only like 5 students in it or something, and he still gets in. So, and then something happens. I didn't get that far into the book, but I'm pretty sure one of the people in the friend group die. And the last book on my physical TBR is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I don't know if you would call this like a mix of a fantasy and dark academia, actually. I'm not sure, but I'm so excited to read this actually. These books are standing at like the top corner of my bookshelf, so I never think about them, but honestly I'm so excited to read all of these. They sound so interesting. This one is about like 6 magicians. They're in like this contest where they have to win to get into a secret society. I'm not sure, something about that. It sounds interesting and the cover is pretty. It's a dark academia, kind of fantasy-esque. So that was all my books on my physical TBR and a little updated version. So I feel like I've done pretty good. I've read like 20 books or something since I did my last one, so that's pretty good. Take into account like I've also bought like a few books, maybe like 5 books, 6 books maybe since the last one, so I feel like I've done a pretty good job. Applause to me. Like in the beginning of the video, if you really love any of these books I showed you today, please tell me in the comments and I might pick them up a little bit faster than maybe what I intended. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. That would make me super happy. But yeah, in general, I just hope I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!